everybody, Timothy Paynter here again. I'm on the Padre Island National Seashore, and it is spectacular. You can drive nearly the entire length of Padre Island, starting from Corpus Christi, but you do have to exit at the park entrance and then get back on. That's nearly 70 miles. When I originally came here, I planned to stay 2 days. By the end of it, I think I'll be here for probably 14 days, the maximum time allowed. I wanted to show you this place for years, but many of you may remember the rule that stopped all videography without a special permit from the national park if your channel was monetized like mine is. The recently passed Explore Act changed all that. What brought me to the Padre Island National Seashore in the first place, though, are the turtles, and I'll get to that in just a minute. If you love board surfing, wind sailing, wing sailing, Bird Island Basin is your place. Windsurfers love the consistent winds, the relatively shallow waters, the lack of large waves. Every morning I take little Nixie running at the end of Bird Island Basin. She's not too hot on local dogs, so this way we're able to get completely away, and she's able to have a gentle stroll on the beach. I made Bird Island Basin my home during my stay at the Padre Island National Seashore. Camp host Larry has been of an enormous help. And I'm getting to know some of the people here too. The dentist that was there last year and his wife came down and were here this year. So that was a lot of fun to get to see old friends. My favorite time to drive through this park is at dusk, because that's when many of the animals come out. Keep your pets on a pretty short leash. This coyote was walking through the parking lot at the visitor center. What a magnificent animal he is. But he'd make a pretty fast feast of my little cat. The Malachite Beach campground is on a bluff above the ocean. It's a very popular spot, and the best places go quickly. First come, first serve. But a beautiful spot. There are bathrooms, flush toilets, and cold showers. The Malachite Pavilion is a great place to start your visit to the Padre Island National Seashore. You can learn about beach conditions here at the Ranger Kiosk, and also there's a small general store. If it's a hot day, this is probably the coolest place in the park because of the breezes. They have some interesting displays here, and the view onto Malachite Beach down below is phenomenal. I was able to buy mosquito spray here, which I desperately needed. I love being here at the visitor center. It has a phenomenal view of the ocean. I've had to step into a little alcove because the wind is howling and you wouldn't be able to hear a word I'm saying. But it does have just a beautiful view of the ocean. And of course the showers are here, and I shower here every day. So come to the Malachite Visitor Center. Going up to the observation deck is a lot of fun. But watch your step. These steps are really steep. You're sure going to want to guard your children well if you come up here. On the one side, we have the bay side, the bay view, the parking lot, and it's very interesting. And then there's the oceanside view, Malachite Beach, just spectacular. Most of you know, the Padre Island National Seashore has become the ground zero in a gargantuan effort to save the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. The National Park Service gave me permission to interview Dr. Donna Shaver, a Cornell graduate and chief of the Sea Turtle Science and Recovery Center for the National Park Service on Padre Island National Seashore. Shortly after sending me the email saying I could interview Dr. Shaver, the Park Service sent me a subsequent email saying I could not videotape the interview, nor could I use her voice. I have appealed the decision and hope for a subsequent interview. But in the meantime, let me tell you what Dr. Shaver told me. The Kemp's Ridley sea turtle is endangered. There used to be thousands of these turtles on South Padre Island, and now they're almost all gone, a result of over-harvesting the eggs and of other factors. There is a massive effort to save these turtles, and Dr. Shaver is at the forefront. She has spent nearly 40 years developing a program to recover the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. And if you want to know anything about sea turtles, this is a place to come. These people are the ones that do the training for the sea turtle program throughout the state of Texas, and they really know their stuff. I was able to obtain permission to visit the Turtle Center, which is in the main office complex for the park. I had to call upon my arrival and go through a check-in procedure. When I saw these people driving up and down the beach, I thought they were trying to corral wayward sea turtles and return them to the ocean, or look for injured sea turtles and return them to the ocean. I had no idea what they're really doing. What they're doing is they're driving up and down the coast looking for mama sea turtle. Now, a male sea turtle will never come to shore, extremely rare to come to shore. But mama will come to shore, she'll climb up near the dunes normally and lay her eggs. Later in the season, she lays those eggs right by the water side. When the volunteers spot sea turtle tracks or a sea turtle, they look for the nest and they harvest the nest. Harvest in the sense that they dig up the nest. And they take those eggs to an incubator where the eggs will eventually hatch, safe, away from traffic, away from coyotes, away from other predators. When the eggs have hatched, they do a release, a controlled release, so that the birds don't get them all. Dr. Shaver says one of her best days ever was when one of the captured sea turtles returned to South Padre 18 years later. In the old days, they used to have turtle egg hunts, and they would dig up the turtle, and a whole generation of turtles would be gone forever. Also, the turtles get caught in commercial fishing nets. Shoreline erosion has been a problem. Condo development along the ocean has been a problem. And there are many other factors. Plastics in the ocean. There are turtles that show up snared in plastic and they can't free themselves and they drown or they starve. And a variety of other factors have affected this magnificent animal that has been here for 500 million years. And so they look for a happy alternative, a happy median where humans can enjoy the beach as much as the turtles, but the turtles stay a little safer. I learned a lot about sea turtles while I was on the National Seashore, and I hope to come back and shoot a video devoted just to the turtles. If you find a turtle anywhere on any Texas beach, call 1-866-TURTLE-5. Don't pick up the turtle. Don't return the turtle to the ocean. Let mama be. When you see this flag, it means the turtles are nesting. And there's a lot of work left to be done to save the turtles. The green turtle recently suffered cold stunning when the Gulf waters turned frigid cold. So let's save the turtles. I was texting on my phone, kind of watching that mix out of the corner of my eye. And when I looked down, here was this 5-foot rattlesnake right by my foot. I jumped about a mile, and when Nick saw me jump, she jumped. And I think it saved us both. whether it's rattlesnakes or migratory birds or turtles. The human population has dramatically impacted the animals. So we're going to drive down the National Seashore a spell. You can go maybe as far as 5 or 6 miles down before it turns into four-wheel drive only. And only is always dependent. Sometimes you can go further and sometimes you can't. But we're not taking any chances. Last year when I was down here, the surf was up so high that I didn't feel comfortable driving on the beach at all, not even driving onto it. Big sand berms to get through to get onto the beach, and then the water was right there. And so you had to drive in the deep sand from point one. So I stayed off the beach last year. I met a lot of people during my time on Padre Island National Seashore, and they were all great.
Wie heißen Sie? What's your name?
My name is Tim.
Tim.
So what is your name?
Gabby.
Gabby.
So, hi Jim, happy Easter, and thanks that I may say some words to our trip. So, we shipped from Hamburg to Halifax, went up to Alaska, went down in the western part to Panama City, and now want to go the eastern part of the United States to Baltimore and ship from there to Zárate in Argentina. So,
wow,
thanks
exciting.
if you watch us.
Have you ever had a difficult day on the road? What's been your most challenging day?
Luckily we have lots of luck and nothing really seriously happens to us. Thank you for this.
Great, well thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
You can follow Gabby at Follow Me World. They've had some criminal activity along this beach over the years. I talked to one guy who told me during a recent beach cleanup they found 3 kilos of cocaine. We've also been told that undocumented immigrants will come by boat just offshore and others will come on foot. So you have to be really careful that the campfire you light if you come out and camp here doesn't attract somebody who thinks that's a meetup point for a drug drop. For that reason, there's a pretty strong law enforcement presence at Padre Island National Seashore, and usually 1 Coast Guard flight a day. Also, the sand can be very deep, and so you don't want to get stuck out here because a tow would be horrific. North of the national park towards Corpus Christi on the beach, you come across various mile markers with shoes nailed to them. People find these abandoned shoes, usually one of the pair, and nail them to the post, which keeps them out of the surf and away from the animals. And, well, I guess you could just call it Padre Island art. I met an old friend while I was on North Beach, between Corpus and the national park. So,
what?
What's your name?
My name is Missy Martin.
Cool, and you have a van page.
I do. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Jake with a capital J and Me Van Life. I'd love for you to check it out.
Well, that's really cool, and we're both from Colorado.
I know, and we met last year, met up at Magnolia Beach, and here I'm out by myself. What's this place called? North Beach, but it's Padre Island National Seashore.
National Seashore.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, and I come up to ask this guy something about a pass, and it's Tim. I can't believe it.
Can you believe that?
2 years in a row at the same place, different beaches, met up. It's crazy.
Well, thanks.
Thank you, Tim, and hey, y'all visit my site.
There's so much to do along the Padre Island National Seashore. Fishing, camping, driving along the beach. The Turtle Patrol people are always looking for volunteers. Then there's bird watching, animal watching, swimming, sailing, kiteboarding. Really, you'll never run out of anything to do here.
So I was sitting on the beach, on North Beach, between Corpus Christi and the Padre Island National Seashore, next to a big log. And people were driving by, and every time they passed me, they'd smile, and they'd laugh, and they'd wave at me. and I couldn't figure out what the heck they were doing. Why, what's going on? So I finally had to get out and look, and here's this graffiti on this big log, nude beach. This is such spectacular country that it's just a delight to be able to be out here and see the birds and all the wildlife. Whether your thing is hanging around J.P. Luby Beach on Mustang Island in Corpus Christi, or driving down the National Seashore on Padre Island, I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time. For me, it was incredible, beyond words. Really an amazing event, an experience I'll never forget. Well, it's time to leave the Padre Island National Seashore. You can only stay here 14 days, and I'm butting up against that. I can tell you that it was almost spiritual for me coming here, seeing the animals, meeting the people, being next to the ocean. Just a wonderful experience, and I'm sure if you come here, you'll enjoy it too. But I can tell you, for me, I'm coming back as soon as I can. My name is Traveling Timothy, and I wish you all the very best. Many organizations participate in various facets of sea turtle rescue and recovery, including the Texas State Aquarium, the Gulf Center for Sea Turtle Research, the Sea Turtle Rescue Center at Sea Life Grapevine, the Eden Animal Sanctuary, the Texas Sea Life Center, the Lonesome Tortoise Ranch Rescue, Sea Turtle Incorporated from South Padre Island, and from Padre Island National Seashore, the Division of Sea Turtle Science and Recovery.